All right, so I've been hearing a lot about this Jack Doherty guy. I know nothing about this dude. I know nothing about. I don't really know anything about a lot of Twitch or a lot of Kick or Twitch streamers because I just don't watch live streamers. I don't. Not because they're not good or they're not interesting. I don't have the attention span to watch live streamers. You know what I mean? Like maybe call it TikTok brain or whatever. I mean, I don't really watch TikTok either. I usually just watch YouTube. But I just don't have the attention span to watch live streams, because if something isn't fucking Michael Bay Transformers movie explosions going on the screen, the minute I click on the live stream, I just click away. I just don't have the attention span to sit there and do it. But that's just me. But I've heard a lot about this Jack Doherty guy, especially since this guy crashed his McLaren because he was texting and driving while while it was raining on the fucking highway. So you know, that's just fucking stupid. I don't know what else to say. That's just a retarded thing to do. But I've heard a lot of people say this guy's a piece of shit. Nobody likes him. He's a horrible person. I don't know. Like, ever since that whole situation with the fucking him crashing his car, I've just heard a lot of people say this guy's a fucking idiot and all this crap. So I'm interested because apparently even in this video it says the satisfying downfall of Jack Doherty. Why is it satisfying? You know what I mean? So I'm interested. I want to know the full story behind this guy. I want to know why he's so fucking hated, right? So let's just look into it. Let's just dive in.
Jack Doherty is one of the most hated YouTubers on the entire platform, and for good reason. He's unlikable, annoying, and has an extremely punchable face. But you would think that after receiving every warning imaginable...
I mean, you can say that about everybody.
and turning the entire internet against him.
I will say though, the fucking I hate the fucking the mop head hair.
Extremely punchable.
This shit right here. I really hate that type of hair. I really do. Call it jealousy because I'm bald, but like the mop head hair with the fucking slick back, the sides cut out, like I just, oh my god, I remember, like that was the haircut every young white dude had. It was so bad.
Face. But you would think that after receiving every warning imaginable and turning the entire internet against him, that Jack would reconsider the path of being a public nuisance for views and clout.
Is this your house? Yeah. Okay, what do you want to do? We're not here to play games. Flip a coin. What do you want to do? Heads, we send him to jail. Tails. No. Hey, he's not going.
Is this guy actually gambling with a fucking cop? This has to be staged. This has to be staged. Number one, the reason why I say this is staged is, number one, the cop is putting his hands on the dude. That is a very big no-no. That's the first reason why I say this is probably staged, or at the very least, probably didn't happen in the U.S. if this is real. Because if this is a stage, the cop put his hands on the cop put his hands on the. Presumably, how old is this guy? He looks 13. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know how old this guy is, but let's assume for benefit of the doubt, let's assume he's 18. If this is real, he's putting his hands on a youngin, right? I don't know. Clearly, he's not there to arrest the dude. Otherwise, he would have had a warrant. And he'd be in handcuffs already. But that's the first thing. Second thing.
What do you want to do? Heads, we send him to jail. Tails. No.
If this guy was actually had a warrant out for his arrest, he wouldn't be doing something stupid like, "Hey, cop, let's flip a coin and see if you're gonna arrest me or not." Like, this is 100% just for content.
Hey, he's not going to...
Unfortunately, it would only be a matter of time before Jack's bold antics caught up with him and threatened to end his entire career.
Battery and assault charges.
I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the rapidly deteriorating career of Jack Doherty. Around 7 months ago, I uploaded a video discussing Jack's rise to notoriety and later infamy on YouTube.
And the worst
in a nutshell,
Damn.
Jack is a creator and streamer who made a name for himself by capitalizing on viral trends and lighthearted trolling content.
Yo, what is up, guys? Jack Doherty here, back with another video.
I would keep it real. Jack Doherty looks what how do I explain this? Jack Doherty looks like Justin Bieber if he never made it in music. He looks like Justin Bieber if his music career never took off.
Capitalizing on viral trends and lighthearted trolling content.
Yo, what is up, guys? Jack Doherty here, back with another video. Today I'm gonna be going trick-or-treating the day after Halloween. Yeah, I got my GoPro on my head. I'm just gonna tell people I'm a doctor or something for Halloween.
However, as his online career progressed, Jack would escalate his content from a few harmless pranks to extremely disorderly conduct, with stunts like him harassing Ninja on stream, getting kicked out of.
That's usually the progression of prank content. That's why prank content is like honestly the worst content, because pranks, when it comes to pranks, you always have to one up. You always have to do something crazier than the last prank, and usually it starts with harmless, like harmless little pranks here and there that both people can get a laugh with, and then they have to keep one upping until you end up getting the fucking Sam Pepper killing my best friend shit. Like that's why prank content, you just don't do it. It's not worth it. Like
public spaces,
prank content is rarely good.
Jack wanted to cause as much mayhem as possible for the sake of viewership and clout.
Guys, you better shut off the lights on Walmart. Panel 18.
Bro, just go.
Shut off the lights.
Go ahead.
That means aisle 14, aisle 16.
Alright, do it.
Is he actually?
Eventually, Jack's thirst for attention pushed him to go beyond public misconduct, and he began harassing random people on the street during live streams.
Can he be arrested for that? Can he actually be arrested for that? Because I feel like that could cause damages and loss in revenue, which Walmart could probably sue for. I don't know. Like I'm actually trying to can he actually be like? I'm assuming at the time he was a minor, so he probably wasn't arrested. But like, Walmart could probably do something. Walmart could probably like do something to him for that.
What? What you gonna do?
Jack's
the typical hide behind my bodyguard tactic. Love that.
As he frequently hosted or
the
attended
typical hide behind my bodyguard tactic.
Figures like Neon, the Island Boys, and Fuzzy.
He's just there like, meanwhile, fucking 7-foot Tyrone, 300 pounds, comes to his rescue.
Yo, you're a
Look at that.
While controversy and outrage were the cornerstones of
literally my point proven within 3 seconds. This dude he got disrespected and had water thrown in his face, and all he did was take off his shirt. What the fuck?
Jack's online persona, it didn't always work in his favor. On the 7th of January 2024, Jack received a 24-hour ban on Kick after he asked a girl to expose herself on stream. Even though Jack was comfortable making a fool of himself for attention, he wouldn't allow anyone else that luxury. By the 11th of January 2024, Jack would falsely copyright claim videos from YouTubers Mimulus and I'm Alex, with a tweet reading, "Hey Team YouTube, Jack Doherty is abusing YouTube's copyright system."
That's also one of the biggest things you don't do. You do not abuse copyright on YouTube. That's like the biggest no-no.
He claimed mine as well.
Apart from
thankfully, Team YouTube would resolve the issue.
Whatever Dr.
Up until this point, Jack had hardly faced any repercussions for his deplorable attitude.
Okay, well, Dr. Disrespect is probably like the worst thing you can
Jack
do.
Received the most
abusing
copyright
copyright is like
of his entire career. On the 21st of February 2024, a personal injury lawsuit would be filed against Jack and his bodyguard Justin Gosley. The document would allege the following. On October 28, 2023, plaintiff was attending a Halloween party at approximately 12:30 a.m. on the morning of October 29, 2023. Plaintiff was on the street outside the subject's premises and was talking to Doherty and Gosley. At one point in the conversation, Gosley asked Doherty, "What are we doing?" And Doherty said, "We're gonna fight. Us two versus you two. Alright, go." And gestured that he and Gosley were going to fight plaintiff and plaintiff's friend. Moments later, Gosley violently punched plaintiff in the face, sending him falling to the ground and causing serious physical injuries to his head, face, and neck. For a bit of additional context, the incident reference was from this viral clip that Jack posted on his Twitter.
Yo, chill, no. Who are you talking to, dog? I'm just saying, y'all say, just stop. Then walk.
Oh, shit. Bro, my guy got laid out. My guy got laid out.
What's up? Hey, one by one. What's up, nigga?
After outlining the events that inspired the
funny.
lawsuit, the document highlighted how Jack continued to profit off the incident and his involvement in similar confrontations. Reading, Doherty has and continues to generate income due to the many views the video has received, all to plaintiff's detriment. Doherty has a history both before and after the subject incident of filming himself harassing, assaulting, and antagonizing members of the public by having a security guard step in to intimidate and assault them if they react to Doherty's harassment.
See that right there? That's probably like the biggest. That's probably the thing that pisses probably pisses people off the most is the fact that, one, these like quote unquote pranks, when you start like harassing random people just trying to go through their day and live their life, it's like, bro, you're harassing innocent people that have nothing to do with you for your content. That's the first thing. Second thing, when you have to hide behind your security guard when you're out here being a bitch to all these people, that's like, bro, that just screams I'm a pussy. That legit just screams I'm a pussy. Let me make this clear. You're not a pussy for having security guards, right? Because like there's crazy people exist. There's a lot of crazy people in this world, right? So if you're famous, you know, there's nothing wrong with having security guards. But or you're not a pussy for having security guards, but you're a pussy when you start harassing people and like saying, oh, you ain't gonna do shit, you ain't gonna do shit, you ain't gonna do shit, you ain't gonna do shit to me, after you start harassing people when you're hiding behind a 7-foot tall black dude that looks like he eats elephants for breakfast. What the fuck?
Following links show various other altercations caused by Doherty.
Why? Because you're a clown, man. This is a resort. People are trying to chill and relax. You know my dad owns this place, right?
Yo,
yeah.
if you stop fucking...
Shut the fuck up, bro.
You were the one that came up to me first.
No, you're the clown.
You didn't have to say anything.
That came in. I don't want to be filmed.
Okay, well, just stop keep your hands down.
Go to your room, dog.
This security guard is also a piece of shit as well.
Faced this kind of legal trouble.
Like I understand he just wants to get paid, but like he's doing too much.
The same couldn't be said for his bodyguard, who had a quote history of assault and battery. Given the severity of the incident, the lawsuit would seek relief for damages and reimbursement for legal costs. Even though the case is still in court, the outcome of this lawsuit could encourage other victims of Jack's antics to come out with their own cases. Remember, Jack had spent the better part of last year terrorizing dozens of people for his streams, and any of them could decide to take things to court. Unfortunately, legal battles weren't the only thing Jack had to worry about. Around this time, a creator named Lenny Miller published a video titled I Fought Jack Doherty, in which he confronted Jack over trash talking him online.
You had hella trash to talk on stream, let's go. Let's go.
You're dumb as fuck.
What?
He's doing that for a clip.
Let's go. You had hella trash to talk on stream. Now let's go.
Bro, look at the fear. Bro, he's not even looking at him. He's not even looking at him. Now look, I will say this. Look, even if I had beef with somebody, I'm not gonna just fight them in the middle of I'm not gonna just fight them out in public in the middle of the street, you know what I mean, or in a fucking party, right? Because that's when problem happens. That's when like other people can get involved. That's the whole situation. If I'm gonna fight somebody, you know, I'd rather just be in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? Like out in public, a lot of things can happen. You don't know if the dude's carrying a knife. Anything can happen. It's like always avoid. It's like I'm not gonna shit on him for trying to avoid a fight, which. I'm not gonna shit on him for trying to avoid a fight, but let's keep it real. If you're gonna talk shit, be able to handle when shit gets thrown your way. You know what I mean?
You talk trash on the stream last night. Let's go.
I don't care.
And you think it's funny?
Bro, he's not. Bro, he's refusing to look at him. He's not even looking at him. Oh, he's a pussy.
You won't say it to my face, but you'll say it on the VOD, huh?
Because I don't want to give you a clip like you're trying to do right now.
What do you mean?
As you'd imagine, Jack would only engage in the situation once he was a safe distance away and shielded by people around him.
I literally have boxing gloves. I have boxing gloves. Let's go. You're talking trash. Let's go. I literally will box you right now.
Ow, what the fuck?
Yeah. When you have two other dudes coming in to come and protect you, when your two daddies come in to come protect you, that's when you start charging.
Chill. But you won't box, that's what I'm saying.
Just hit the fuck out of McKinley.
With each passing day, more and more people were turning against Jack, and that trend would only continue as his inner circle of friends were about to expose his darkest secrets. On the 30th of March 2024, two former friends and a former employee of Jack collaborated on a video titled Jack Doherty Must Be Stopped, which was meant to highlight several concerning details about the kick streamer.
For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Ricky. I'm Nick. And we actually met Jack Doherty back in 2017, right when we started popping off on YouTube. He started popping at the same time. We became friends. We actually filmed a decent amount of videos together, and we.
You know, it sucks because he actually looks like a fun guy. You know, he looks like the type of dude. He looks like somebody you meet on like at Sunday school. Like, you know what I mean? He looks like you'd see him at church. He's like having a good time. Be like, hey, want to come over to my house and have some milk and cookies? Like, he looks like that kind of dude.
friends. We actually filmed a decent amount of videos together, and we actually ended up moving in together in a house with all of us back in 2021. This is Matthew JGL. He worked with Jack Doherty from 3 million subs all the way to 10 million subs.
In the video, the trio alleged that Jake utilizes substances, surrounds himself with people who hate him, and places profit over human connection.
Jack's older brother says all the time that the only thing he thinks about is money, and he says it literally to anybody new that comes into the house. He will make it known at some point. Everyone in the team would come to me on their own time and talk about how they hate it there. They hate working with Jack. They want to pick something else, but they have no other options.
In addition to this, they would mention how Jack was promoting OF content to his young audience, despite him claiming otherwise.
His primary main source of income is, and how he gets people there is by making these hard to watch, fake little skit videos for Instagram and TikTok. And if you're above the age of 10, you know that they're clearly fake.
How many punches does it take to explode the world's largest crime bottle?
Majority of his audience.
It's always the cringe content. Why, like, bro, is it like, I don't understand why, like, all these OF ads are always so cringe. Like, they're always so bad. It's like, oh my God, it's always like some girl with, like, within 3 seconds of the video starting, just, or like what would it be like it's always some girl, right, that'll be like oh my God, I can't believe I had to do this thing with my friend. I can't believe, do you want us, can you just like my video? And it's like, bro, like, it's always the most cringe shit. Like, I've never seen one OF ad that didn't like make me be like why are you, like, what the fuck? Like, or it's always like, it's always like it's like, when it comes to OF ads, it's always like one of 3 things. It's like them doing what I just did, just them just bouncing their titties for no fucking reason. The second is like, oh, I'm looking for a boyfriend that plays, I'm looking for a guy that likes to play video games and anime. Do you want to be my boyfriend? And it's like that type of shit. And it's like, the third is like, I don't know, like, the third is usually like some weird, like, stereotypical, like, weird ad where it's like, I don't know, how do I explain this? It's like, the third is like them doing some cringe dance. That's what it is. They're doing like some cringe dance move that the only reason why it gets so many views is because their titties are bouncing around. Those are usually the 3 types of ads for like OF, and it's like, they're always so cringe.
Audience is younger kids. Just take a look at this video. These are fans coming up to him out in public. He also has these girls in his videos that are all signed to his agency, and he takes the majority of their income and pays them a small salary, a small fraction of what they bring in. And Jack will say that these videos are geared towards older people, to try and get older people with money to spend money on him and his girls.
What's even more concerning were details about Jack's personal life, as his former.
Here's the thing, being an OF manager is not weird. Like, you know, it is what it is. It's a market, you're capitalizing it. That in and of itself is not bad. But if, one, promoting it to kids is bad. Let's keep it real. Promoting it to kids is bad. Second thing is bad is the way he's described it. It made it sound like he would sign these girls when they're like, from the way he's describing it, I feel like the way he's signing, make it sound like he's signing these girls when they're like 17. Then as soon as they hit 18, they would do like a fucking that bad baby girl chick thing where, like, as soon as they hit 18, that's when they do subscribe. That's when they make the OnlyFans, and then they start doing the content. I feel like that's the situation that he's describing.
Former friends claimed he used to shoplift when they lived together.
And to start it off, this is something that rubbed all of us the wrong way when we all lived together, is we would go to the grocery store and Jack would literally just shoplift. He would just open a box of food, eat it, and then leave the open empty box just on the shelf, on the counter for some worker to clean up. And we would sit down and try to have talks with him and be like, yo, just pay for it, bro. But whenever we talked to him, it couldn't get through to his head. He would just be like, whatever, bro.
They also accused him of stealing products at the self-checkout terminal.
He had like 5 things he was checking out.
Everybody does that shit.
It would be a whole full grocery cart. And
it's still wrong. It's still wrong. Don't get me wrong. But like, that's like probably the least, like, I wouldn't care about that. I'm keeping it real. Everybody does that shit. Everybody steals from Walmart's self-checkout. Everybody fucking does that shit. Like, it's still wrong. I'm not saying it's okay. It's still wrong. But like, in the list of things that they just listed, I couldn't care less about this.
and he would only scan one of the items out of the 5, and then he'd go to the next thing, one of them out of the 5, the next thing, one of them out of the 5, and just full-on scamming these companies.
Even though they were criticizing Jack for his wild lifestyle and degenerate antics, his former friends still wanted to help and see him improve.
To compare the two, but Jake Paul back in the day was going down a path that people could see from the outside.
Oh yeah, 2016, 2015, 2017 Jake Paul. I remember that.
Was on the podcast with George Janko, and he pretty much said the same thing that Ricky said about Jack Doherty, that Jack Doherty, he's going down this path, but Jack Doherty's mindset towards all of this, he hears it and he just hears it all as hate, not taking it as love, that people want to help him.
By the 10th of April 2024, Jack would upload a rather angry response to his former friends and to deflect the criticism.
They hate us because they ain't us. That's the response.
Has done everything I've done because they're fake, and I cut them off months ago, and now they went to trying to going the route of exposing me because I won't film videos with them. They're just fake. They're desperate for clout and they're jealous.
Why is he always shirtless?
All of his swearing, Jack accused his haters of trying to be like him, but failing, and claimed he never did anything wrong.
There's nothing to expose. Everything I do is already out there. I'm not a bad person. If I did anything wrong, I would be in trouble, but I'm not, because people like to twist, make it seem like what it's not, because they just can't believe what I've accomplished, and they just—
Bro, you have been in trouble. You know, people have come up to you and tried to kick your ass, and then your daddy Tyrone has to come save you. Like, what the fuck? If you didn't have your daddy Tyrone, someone would have broken your jaw by now.
Want to say everything that's not true to cope with the fact that they're not at where I'm at. People try to do what you do, and if they don't succeed, they just hate.
The allegations made against Jack would only continue to increase, as another one of his former associates named Norway would accuse him of housing a minor.
Jack, I'm gonna tell people she was 17, Jack. Sophie girl. Oh, not Sophie, Sophia. Sophia's little sister was 17. That was at the house. And then
Sophia? Who the fuck is that?
They're never coming back to the house. 4 days later, Jack, Ace invited the 17-year-old and her friends over to the house. And I also have messages of Sophie messaging me, Daddy, please forgive me, or Daddy, please come over, or something.
Yeah, okay, all right.
You're 17-year-old, and Jack, I messaged you, I told you to kick them out, and then you didn't do shit about it because you're in Dubai. But yeah.
In his Twitter community, Jack would address the situation with a tweet that read, "Can't believe Norway switched up on me that fast. I never even kicked him out. I genuinely cared about the kid and did everything for him, and still would. Hope one day he realizes how good he had it and how he threw away his best friend for 15 seconds of fame." Underneath Drama Alert's coverage of the tweet, Jack would defend himself by stating, "That minor he said I had out my house was invited by him, and right when I found out, she got kicked out. TF do I get out of having minors at my house? I never invite girls to my house. I have a GF. Think what you want, but I have too much to lose to do stupid stuff like that." Norway wasn't the only one accusing Jack of acting inappropriately with minors, as Neon also brought up similar allegations months prior.
You're a fucking joke. Let me tell you exactly what Jack does.
I'm keeping real. Neon has no room to talk about who being a fucking joke. I think Neon is just as stupid as Jack Doherty. Maybe he hasn't done as many, like, you know, public incidents, like harass the public like Jack Doherty, but I think Neon is just as retarded as fucking Jack Doherty. I'm keeping it real.
Care. You want to say that? Now I'm going to violate you and expose your script. Here's what you do. I'm going to tell you exactly what you do. You get 17-year-old girls the night before their birthday. You buy a $10,000 yacht every time. You get them drunk and they sign a contract 50% of their life every single time. Fuck you.
Stranger still, the pattern of former friends and colleagues accusing Jack of being too close with minors extends all the way back to December 2023, when Natalie Reynolds made similar claims. In a tweet that read, "Oh, by the way, the grooming thing ain't a joke, lol. This girl was 17,
they're really
Jack waited months for her birthday to get her drunk
so
and sign a contract
starting to believe that more and more believe this is true.
Jack Doherty has paid someone to take down and ban my Instagram account. Insecure narcissist is mad he can't make money off me
more likely to be true.
And I'm realizing the truth. Stick to grooming minors." While none of these allegations have been proven or disproven, it's clear that the people close to Jack Doherty are slowly turning against him and revealing who he truly is when the cameras aren't rolling. Even State Farms, his insurance company, wants nothing to do with him. According to a recent TMZ article, Jack attempted to use his renter's insurance to cover his ongoing lawsuit. However, State Farm claims it's gone outside his coverage and is appealing to the judge to exclude them from the case. From the look of things, Jack is rapidly running out of allies, and only time will tell how many he'll have left by the time the legal battles are over. In his early days, Jack assumed harassing and taking advantage of people to promote his content was a good long-term strategy, but sadly, he couldn't have been more wrong.
Bro, that's never a good idea. How is attacking or harassing innocent people ever a good idea? Even for content. Like, here's the thing. When you make content like that, right? They're not watching it. They're not watching that kind of content for you. They're watching that content to see what people are going to do to you after you do that, right? They couldn't care less about you. If you built up a community from you doing shit like this, right? Number one, they're all going to be kids because only kids find that shit entertaining. They're all going to be kids. But like, if you build up a community doing that, the moment you stop doing stuff like that, your viewership will fucking tank because they're not watching it for you. They're watching it for the stupidity that you're doing that can be replaced by anybody, right? So like, the moment you stop doing that and start doing something else, it's all your viewership is gone. Like, nobody will care. That's usually what's going to happen if you do shit like that.
The fake friends and bodyguards he used to hide behind are dropping like flies, and no one in the community is willing to stand by him. Right now, Jack is at a crossroads in his career. Either he owns up to his mistakes and cleans up the gigantic mess he made, or he remains the way he is now and continues to blame everyone but himself. With that being said, at least he's not losing as many subscribers as his self-help YouTube guru.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's the video. Yeah, it's like, the way it just sounds to me like Jack Doherty is just a dude that's let the influence get to his head, and like, now it's just at a point where it's like, he's so far gone that no matter what anyone says to him, they're wrong because he's so far up his own ass, right? Like, he no longer has any humility, right? I've always said this. Humility is the thing that will keep your eyes clear through all the bullshit, because when you can see your flaws in the things that you do, it allows you to always improve yourself and always keep you at an understanding that like, you're not as good as you think you are, right? And you know, some people might see it as a bad thing, but I think that's a good thing, because then you always have room for improvement. You know what I mean? And then when you have someone like Jack Doherty, who's like at a young age just got all this fame and fortune, it fucks with you. It really does. And like, you know, it can turn for the worse or it can turn for the better depending on who you are as a person. So it just seems to me like Jack Doherty is he's just on a downward spiral right now. With especially since after this, because this video came out like what, a week or two ago. Yeah, this video came out like 2 weeks ago. So like, it's like with all this coupled with the fact that he literally crashed a supercar, and like, I haven't seen anyone give one single fuck about his well-being. There was not one person being like, I hope you're okay. No, there's like, no, this guy is a piece of shit. That's how bad the state is of people who like really hate Jack Doherty. But who knows? Maybe there's a redemption arc somewhere in the future. I highly doubt it. I really doubt it. But maybe there's a redemption arc in the future. We'll find out soon enough.